welcome to the Fables Knitting Podcast. My name is Faith and I'm a knitter living here in Kansas, and this is a podcast where I talk all about my knitting and any other things that I get up to. Today I have 2 finished objects and some more of my whips to share, and then I also have future plans, some yarn acquisitions, and also some pattern acquisitions that I will be talking about. Today I'm wearing my sheep camp sweater by Native Knitter. I knit this in the spring. It's just a circular colorwork yoke, and it has 2x2 rib on it. I used Blue Sky Fibers Woolstock worsted in Loon Lake and Spring Ice. And yeah, I haven't really worn this sweater. It's really warm. I'm kind of sweating, but it's a really mindless yoke. I didn't have to look at the chart for this part, but I think my favorite part about the yoke is this section right here. I think it looks nice, but yeah, if you haven't made one of these, I would highly recommend. It's really fun, and I kind of want to make another one, but yeah, that's what I'm wearing. The first thing that I do want to mention is that Jenny from Honeybird Studio and I are hosting another Irene Lynn knit along. We did one last year, and the whole knit along is to just knit a pattern from Irene Lynn. It started on October 1st and it will go until December 31st of this year. So if you want to join us, just pick a pattern from Irene Lynn and knit it together with us. There's no group chat. I'm thinking maybe we could make one. I haven't talked to Jenny about that yet. But there's 2 hashtags that you can use. One is hashtag Irene Lynn Cal 2024, and the other one is Irene Lynn Cal 2024 FO to post for your finished objects. We will be drawing prizes from both hashtags. So even if you don't finish anything, you still have a chance to win. Jenny and I are both putting in prizes. Both of them will just be a pattern from Irene Lynn of your choice. So yeah, if you want to join us, then you can. I'm super excited for it. And I've already cast my project on. So let's just start talking about what I have to share with you guys. My first finished object is my Waffle Loop sweater by Other Loops. And here it is. This was the first project that I started when I moved to Kansas. So I feel like it has like some, I don't want to say memories because like, I'm still here, but I don't know, it's just a really special sweater and it's been on my list for a while. And I just really like how it turned out. It's really drapey and it's really heavy. But I really like how it turned out. So I started this in March and then I finished it in September. I will be posting pictures of me wearing this off to the side, as well as some more information about the project, because I can't remember this stuff off the top of my head. But I knit size 2, which has a finished bust of 47 inches, so that's 6 inches of positive ease for me. And the yarn I used is discontinued. It's Cloudborn Fibers Superwash Merino worsted twist in the color Mulberry. And I really like this color, and I think it looks really good on me too. So I'm so happy that I finished this. I also really liked the process of knitting this. It has the increased detail on the side where you're not doing short rows, but you're increasing like right here, and it's in rib, but it's not stretching out the way I want to, and it kind of continues down the side. And also when you join in the round, you have this panel of rib, which at first I didn't like. I didn't know why you wouldn't, or why the designer didn't have you continue the waffle texture, but it just goes into rib. But since I've worn it and now that it's finished, I kind of like the way it looks. So yeah, I thought about folding the collar down because I know Florence from Handmade by Florence, she made this sweater and she folded the collar down, and it looked really good on hers, but I wanted the like slight roll neck that this has, but this yarn just doesn't, it's really floppy and it doesn't really like stay like that, and it's like a really small roll anyway when you're wearing it. It kind of looks like this, but I still like it, and I think I'm just gonna keep it this way. So yeah, I knit the body to 10 inches measured from under the arm, and then I started the ribbing. It's not as long as the ribbing on the cuff. It's supposed to be 4 inches. I just cut it off because I really wanted this sweater to be done. So this is probably about 2.5, maybe 3 inches, but it's still a decent length on me. So yeah, that's my waffle loop sweater, and I really want to make another one. I'm just not sure when I'll get to it. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. I would highly recommend the pattern. It's really fun and really addicting. And there also is a skirt version of this pattern too that I really want to try. So yeah. My second finished object is my Terazzo Sweater by Petite Knit. And here it is. I'm not sure when I started. I think I started this in July and I finished it in September, I believe. And I used Lion brand Fisherman's wool and Birch tweed. And I really like it. I was definitely playing yarn chicken. I only had 3 balls of the Fisherman's tweed, and there's some skeins that they have that are like the skinnier ones, and then there's the bigger ones. I think the older versions of their Fisherman wool has like the 348 yards in it, and then their bigger ones have like 463 yards of worsted weight wool. So I just have the smaller ones. I got the yarn from a D-stash, so I don't know. But I did manage to get a whole sweater out of this. I knit the extra large size. I'll put the measurements over here because I'm not sure what they are. But I haven't tried it on since after I blocked it, but it's not like a decent length, like it's cropped, and I didn't want this sweater to be cropped. I wanted it to be longer. But I think this is probably 10 inches of stockinette from under the arm, and then probably 2 inches of rib. So that's 12 inches for me, and that's kind of like just a little bit, probably a ½ an inch below my belly button, maybe an inch. I don't like cropped sweaters very much, especially when they're sweaters like this that are meant to be oversized and cozy. But like I said, I haven't tried it on since blocking, but the sleeves are a perfect length. They're really long and super cozy. So yeah, overall I'm happy with it. I like the color of it, and it's going to fit really nice. I did want to do the turtleneck, but when I picked up for the collar, I wasn't done with the body, and I was trying to get everything done before I got back to the body to see, or so that I could use all the yarn that I have left for the body. So I just folded it down, and I think it actually looks really nice. So I've knit a decent amount of Terazzo sweaters. It's probably one of my go-to patterns. It was the first sweater pattern that I knit. And then I knit it again in green, and then I knit it again in yellow, and now I just wanted a wool version. So yeah, I just really like the saddle shoulder construction. It's not anything crazy. So yeah, if you haven't knit one, I would highly recommend it. It's by Petite Knit, and all of her patterns are just really good. So yeah, I can't wait to wear this. Now we will talk about whips. My first whip that I have to share with you is my Cumless Blouse by Petite Knit. And this is how much I've gotten done since last time we talked. I finished the body. It's 14 inches long, so it's perfect length for me. And I've started on the sleeve, and there's no ball attached here. I have to join another one. So yeah, I'm hoping this will be finished soon because I have another project that I'm going to put back into rotation after this is done. I'll talk about it soon. So yeah, I'm about halfway through the sleeve decreases, and then I'll do the I-cord around the neck and then do the other sleeve and it'll be done. So yeah, I've knit one of these before and I shared it with you guys a couple months ago. But yeah, I just want this to be done. I think I also started this in July. So yeah, the yarn I'm using is Drops Kid Silk in the color Soft Mint, and I just really like this color. And I'm happy that I'm using it. It's been a little over a year since I bought this yarn, so I'm just happy that it's finally being taken out of my stash and put into a project. I believe I'm knitting size large, which I think is 45 inches finished bust, which would be 4 inches of positive ease for me. So I think it looks huge, but my stitch gauge is on point. It's just my row gauge is 2 rows over what it's supposed to be. So my row gauge is just a little bit short, but I'm happy that my stitch gauge is right though. So yes, that is my Cumless Blouse. My other whip is my Peacock Cardigan by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I've been loving working on this so much. Like, I always look forward to picking this up and working on it. I finished the V-neck shaping and I'm now just knitting on the body, and this is going to be so big and just, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this to be done. I hope I'll have enough yarn. I'm on my 3rd ball of wool and also my 3rd ball of mohair, and I have 8 in total of the mohair, so I think I'm at 5 more balls of mohair and 3 more of the wool. I hope I'll have enough yarn. I will buy more if I need to, but I'm going to finish these balls on the body, and then I'm going to do the sleeve, and then I'll go back to the body and then I'll do the other sleeve, and then I'll save the button band for last. And then if I do have to buy yarn through any point of this, then I will do the pockets that are on this. But if I have enough yarn to do everything but the pockets, then I won't do the pockets because I'm not going to buy yarn just to do pockets. So yeah, I've been talking about this a lot my past couple of podcasts, so just, you guys already know how much I love this, and yeah, I can't wait for this to be done. And my next project that I have to share is my Faye Summer Top by Irene Lynn. And I'm in the middle of a row, so this is going to be kind of hard to share. But I finished the back. Don't look at how badly I messed up that cable. I finished the back, and I have started on the left shoulder. You pick up here and you do some short row shaping, and then you start the pattern. So I've really been enjoying this. It's really fun to work on. I'm super excited for it to be done. It's probably gonna be a minute, but I think this is just gonna look so good on me. I love the blue. I think it's gonna look really good on me, and it's just a really nice feminine blouse, and I think I'll really enjoy wearing it. I'm not going to put this away for the winter just because I feel like if I leave a project to just linger or hibernate, I guess, I feel like I'm not going to have the motivation to pick it back up again. So even though, I mean, it's not getting colder here in Kansas, but I'm still going to knit this if it's still a work in progress in the middle of winter, because I'll still wear it because heating exists, you know, and I just tend to run warm a little bit anyway, so I'm not going to put this to the side. I'm just going to keep working on it until it's done. So yeah, that is my Faye Summer Top by Irene Lynn. I have my sock project that's gotten a lot done on it. I'm not sure where it was last time I showed it. If I can get it out. But I'm on the toe decreases. And here it is. Hold on. I knit 8 inches for the leg and then did a slip stitch heel and gusset decreases, and yeah, almost done with this one. I was expecting the color fade to look just like how it did here, but then it really started changing here, and now I just don't know what to expect throughout this whole thing, which I just am guessing that's why they call it Zauberball crazy, because it's not like a continuous pattern. At least with this one, it's just doing whatever it wants, which I actually really like. So this sock is almost done, and then I'll start the next one. It's just 2x2 rib, so really stretchy. So yeah, the yarn I'm using is Schoppel Wool Zauberball Crazy in the color Autumn Wind. And yeah, excited for these to be done, because with my sock projects, like, I pick out my next project, like my next 2 projects for my sock. So every time I finish one, I add another yarn to my queue of sock yarn, and I'm just so excited for my next socks because I have so much hand-dyed yarn that I have for socks, and I'm just excited to have, because my next pair after these ones are going to be vanilla socks, so I'm excited. Okay, so now we're getting into new cast-ons, and the 2 that I have, or the 3 new cast-ons that I have, this one is the Fernwood Sweater by Tanya Bradley of the Wool Barrow, and I'm not going to be able to show it to you great, but here's kind of what the yoke is looking like. So it's just a colorwork yoke sweater. It's just a colorwork yoke sweater, and it's I've had this pattern for probably a year now, and I've been wanting to make it. And the yarn I'm using is Birch Grove fingering. This is her 75/25 base. This one's Driftwood, and then this one's Peridot. I don't remember what size I'm knitting. I think it's either 4 or 5 on a 3.75mm needle. And this pattern is meant for a heavy fingering. That's not what I'm using. I'm using like a fingering base. Like, this is like sock yarn. You can see how thin that is. So I know that this isn't going to fit me because I just picked a size based off the yardage that I have. So what I'm going to do, because there's one more set of increases, and this like barely fits on a 32-inch like cable, or maybe just a little bit, yeah, but so what I'm going to do is finish the yoke, and then what I'm going to do is do some raglan increases, So I'm going to follow, like, when I go to divide the body and sleeves, I'm going to put markers at where I'm supposed to do that and just do like a raglan increase there until it gets to like a width that's wide enough for me. And then that way, when I go to divide them, like I just have my markers separating my sleeve stitches from my body stitches. And I hope that'll work out, because that's how the anchor tee is by Petite Knit. You start with a circular yoke and then you divide, you know, like the body and the sleeves, and then you do some raglan increases. So that's what I'm planning on doing after I finish the yoke. But I'll try it on before I do that, just to see like where I want it to be, and just determine how many increases I need to do. So yeah, I don't really go for low contrast color work. I felt like these colors would pop just a little bit more, but it's really hard to see any definition. One, because it's puckering a bit, and I don't know. I just feel like it's low contrast. But I just love this green because it's so like variegated. It has so much depth to it, and I really like it. But yeah, this is my Fern sweater by Tanya Bradley. I've cast on my zipper sweater. This is one of my dream knits for this year that I was supposed to start in January or February, and I did, but I cast on way too many stitches right at the beginning, and I had to rip it out, and I told myself that I would start again, and now I have. So this is my zipper sweater by Petite Knit. I'm on the raglan shaping, and I've finished the collar. So yeah, just easy raglan shaping. I did mess this up again. I cast on the right amount of stitches. I just did a long tail cast on, and what I did is you're supposed to put some stitches on hold so that way you can continue when you're done, like with the facing on the inside of it. Instead of putting like these back stitches on hold, I just cast them off. And then I'll just pick up stitches later. I put these front ones on hold, and I left it like that. And I was like, oh, like, I knew I messed up. Because I was like done with the short rows and I was going into the raglan shaping, and I was like, I noticed it and I was like, I should go back and change this. But then I was also like, well, when I go back to do like the whole facing for the zipper, like I can fix it. There's no way that makes sense to fix that. So I ripped it back. I've been trying to get comfortable with ripping things back and restarting. So I ripped back to where I was knitting the cast on edge to the live stitches for the collar, and then did it right this time, except I just left that how it was. And now we're fine. We're good. I won't have to worry about anything when I go to pick up stitches for the facing. So yes, I am doing the zipper sweater man because that's the pattern that I have. I don't see a reason to buy the zipper sweater for women because I have the zipper sweater man. There's not really that big of a difference, except for the zipper sweater man is 1x1 rib. So I just decided to do twisted rib. So yeah, the yarn I'm using is Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride. I'm not sure what color this is. I bought it from Abby, my friend Abby. And it was like already caked up, and so I'm not sure what the color is, but I really like it. And it's a single ply yarn, and it's really woolly and really thick, so I think it'll be really good for like an outer layer. So I'm excited for this to be done. I'm not really nervous about sewing in the zipper. The only thing I'm worried about is that I can't find a zipper that's like this color, and the zipper that I have is like cream. So I think that's just what I'll go for anyway, just for like a little pop of color right here. I'm not too worried about it. And everyone says that sewing in the zipper is easy, so I'm not really nervous for that part of it. So, and I still have a lot to go before then anyway, so yes. My last whip that I have is the Fina sweater by Irene Lynn. I'm knitting this for the Irene Lynn cow. And this yarn is actually an acquisition. I bought this yarn for this pattern so that I could knit it for the cow. And this sweater is a circular yoke, and it has some like texture right here and then some rib, and then it goes into cables, and those cables are also on the sleeve. But I really love this sweater because of the collar. This is going to be really hard to show you, but this is what it looks like. So this is going to be like the left part of the collar, and what you do is you just do all this rib flat, and then when you get to the point where you're just gonna like go into the yoke, if you've ever knit the moonset tee, you know that like you overlap the stitches and then you knit them together for the v-neck. That's exactly what you do here, so that it makes this opening right here like that. So then when you fold it over, it looks like this, I guess. I'm not doing a good job at showing you this, but yeah. So the opening is supposed to be on the left. I showed you guys wrong. This is gonna be on the left, so it'll be over here like this. So yeah, I'm just doing my increases. You do all those in stockinette, and then you go into all the texture and stuff. So yeah, the yarn that I'm using is Drops Air in the color Sage Green. My boyfriend thinks this is blue, but it is definitely green. It's like a green gray. If you've ever seen sage, this is like a perfect color of what sage is. And I guess it does lean a little bit blue, but this is more like gray green. But yeah, I think I'm knitting size 5, which is going to give me 53 inches. 51 or 53 inches around the bust, I'm not sure. Typically when I'm in between sizes, I tend to go for the size up, just in case my gauge is off. I think I went up a needle size for this too. I think you knit it on a 4.5 millimeter or a 5 millimeter needle, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think normally when I'm in between sizes, I go for the size up, just in case something goes wrong. Okay, so now that I'm done talking about works in progress, I'm going to talk about my future plans. The first plan that I have is for a shawl, and it's going to be the Boneyard Shaw by Stephen West, and the yarn that I'm going to be using is this Noro Malvinus in the color I don't know. This is just 100% wool. It's just a single ply, like how Noro is, with all these bright purple tweedy bits in them. And my sister bought me this for my birthday last year, and I only got 2 because this yarn's expensive. And for the longest time, I didn't know what I was going to make, but then I saw Dakota from Joy in Knitting. She's making a Boneyard shawl, and she says you only need like 600 yards, and this is 600 yards. So this is going to be the Boneyard Shaw by Stephen West. So yeah, super excited, and I'm happy to use up this yarn. And I said for my birthday last year. It feels like the beginning of this year was just so long ago. I got this for my birthday this year in February. My other future plan is to make the Peacock Cardigan by Lynette. And I've showed this before in a vlog and a podcast too. This is the Blue Sky Fibers Woolstock Worsted in Midnight Sea, which is a really dark teal blue. If I hold it up to like here, you can see how dark the blue is. Like, it doesn't look black. Like, I feel like it looks really blue. This yarn is so squishy and so soft. I love it so much. So yeah, the Peacock Cardigan. I hope you'll be able to see the lace when I get to it. I was a little bit worried because I didn't want to use this yarn for a cabled sweater. So I'm happy I chose the Peacock Cardigan because even though it's lace, like, I still think like you'll be able to see it just a little bit, but I'm really excited to make the Peacock Cardigan. It's been on my list for a long time. Just the whole Peacock series by Lynette I've loved, so I'm excited to make it. And my next plan is actually going to be an accessory. I have this Fiber MacGyver Surrey Silk and Merino Sport in the color Light Blue Steel. I got this when I was working at Cowgirl Yarn, so I've had this, I think I got it in December, and I want to make a hat. I'm just unsure of which hat. I'm thinking of something from, I don't know how to say her name, but I want it to be like textured, like maybe like a lace hat. Like, I thought about the Chesley toque because Saoirse from the Cozy Soul Knits has been making it, or she did make it last year or the beginning of this year, and I really liked it. So I think that's what I'll do with this. And then if I have yarn left over, like, I'll do fingerless gloves or something. So yeah, this is another plan. Okay, and now for acquisitions. We'll start with yarn. I have made 2 purchases. One is from Birch Grove and the other's from Wool Warehouse. So I'll start with Birch Grove first. I just love her sock yarn. So I got 3 sock yarns to do socks with. And the first one that I have is the Harvest Moon in her 75/25 base. And it is very pretty. I love all these colors and it's so Halloween-y. I don't think I'll get to it this year. I might save it for a pair of Halloween socks for next year. But this is Harvest Moon. And it's really pretty. And the next 2 that I got are in her 80/20 base. I think I'm starting, because I may have bought more yarn from Birch Grove and from Wool Warehouse. I'll talk about that later. I like her 80/20 base more because the colors just pop and just look so much better on this base. So I think from now on, I'm going to start using her 80/20 2-ply. So, because the other one was a 4-ply. But this is Lichen. And it's very pretty. This is my favorite part right here. So pretty. This is also going to be a pair of socks. And I can't wait to get to them. I have so much sock yarn. I'm so sorry. And then this is a sock set. I think I like sock sets more than I do just regular sock yarn because I like doing the contrast. But anyway, this is her pumpkin spice sock set. This one's pumpkin spice and then this one's butternut. But look at the speckles in here. They're just so subtle and just so perfect. I don't know if you'll be able to see any speckles in there, but yeah, love. That's what I got from Birch Grove. And then from Wool Warehouse, we've already seen the Drops Air, but then I got yarn for the guy I'm making a sweater for. I'm using Drops Daisy in the color Caramel. So I got 15 or 18 of these, I'm not sure, but I got a lot of them. So Drops Daisy. And then I got a little sweater quantity for myself again. I want to make the Wednesday sweater by Petite Knit. So I'll be using Drops Charisma in light gray and Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk in light gray. Not a good match, I don't think. This one's a really cool gray, and then this one's really warm, but I'm excited to see how they work up. So yeah, that'll be a Wednesday sweater whenever I get to it. Terry actually got into this and destroyed a ball of this, so I had to get some more of it too. And I was also short anyway, and I would have to end up buying more of the alpaca silk. So I ended up buying about four or five more balls of the brushed alpaca silk, and then I bought 3 more sweater quantities from Wool Warehouse. One is to make jacket number 2, the other's for the Arctic Light sweater, and then the other is for another Bora Pullover Light by Brianna Mason. And then I got 2 sock sets from Birch Grove because she was doing like a little Socktober thing, and I love her sock sets, so I just got 2 sock sets. So yes, I have a couple more acquisitions to share with you, but they're patterns, so I'll just share those with you real quick. Hello everyone, this is me editing. I completely forgot to film what the patterns I bought were. I just got up and left the camera filming for probably 5 or 10 minutes and never came back. So the patterns that I bought are the Typical Sweater by Typical Bliss, which is just a drop shoulder stockinette sweater. And then the second one is the Aurelia pullover by Sari Nordland. A lot of people made it last year, and I just love the texture on it. So I also bought that one. And then I got the Chantal Sweater V-neck by Morka Knit. I've been obsessed with the slip stitch texture that she's been using in that whole series of patterns, so I just bought the V-neck version because I have just too many plain stockinette V-neck sweaters, and I just want one with a little bit more texture, so I bought that one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.